Why, Rafa? Why? Genuinely, why, Rafa? Why? Obviously, we're going to be going over the Rogers Cup. The National Bank Open has begun. It's well underway. And of course, Rafael Nadal is not present there at the Open. And the reason why is because it's that niggly foot injury that has plagued him really from a young age. At times, did really go away after for a few years actually, but has now reared its ugly head again. Had issues with it in Washington, and now is not present here. Pulled out really late, to be honest with you, and that's a really, really big blow, not just to the tournament, but for him because he was defending 500 points here, and most likely he's going to drop to number 5 potentially if he doesn't play Cincinnati and doesn't do well in Cincinnati as well. Okay, let's go through this then, because I've pretty much just, poured my heart out at Rafa, and it's a disappointment. I mean, there's no doubt about that. It's a huge disappointment. We know that, you know that, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's one of those things that I look at it and I just think these guys are getting older, and the younger guys, look, Djokovic has put out Cincinnati as well. The younger guys are looking at this and they're probably thinking, they're licking their lips thinking this is an opportunity to win a Grand Slam at the US Open. It's going to be one of the best opportunities they're probably going to have for a number of years, because even if all three are fit and they're playing, and Djokovic probably will be the favorite still, he definitely will be. I think the gap there, they'll be thinking, look, he lost in the Olympics, Zverev beat him, Zverev will be happy. He'll be thinking, yeah, I can do it. And these guys will have played a lot more tennis than the big three going into this. And that does also make a difference. Of course, experience is paramount as well, and you can't buy that. But it'll be interesting for sure. But enough of the US Open tennis. We're going to talk about the Rogers Cup here, obviously. Let's go through the round of 64 first. Of course, it's well underway. And today we had a fantastic match on court. And I should hopefully be doing, fingers crossed, some watch-alongs for this event as well, because I tell you what, I've been missing them, and I think it just might be time to get involved now, because why not? Why not, eh? Right, okay. Actually, before I do go into it as well, guys, we are on Twitch as well now, so do go and check us out, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well, QualityShot1. So do go and check us out, follow us, like us, all the good things, that. And of course, make sure you subscribe and like the video. Thank you. Okay, right. So Millman, the Australian, coming through against Berankis in straights. Lloyd Harris continued his fantastic form. The South African beating Schnur 6-3, 6-2. Dan Evans, the British hopeful, unfortunately falling to Sasha Bublik in straights 6-4, 6-4. And Taylor Fritz, who has had a pretty decent season as well, lost to Duckworth 7-6, 6-3. So a pretty good round for the Aussies, isn't it? Struff, unfortunately, a player who I'm so high on. Like, I genuinely love the way that he plays. Saw him live at Wimbledon as well against Medvedev, and lost in 4 there. But the way that he plays is just so exciting to watch. He ended up losing, unfortunately, 6-7, 6-2, 6-4 to the very experienced and talented Fabio Fognini. And Ugo Humbert winning 6-3, 6-4 to... Ugo Humbert beating Sonego 6-3, 6-4 in straight sets. Marin Cilic it's an interesting one here, because his form has been up and down, but he came through against Ramos Vinelas 6-2, 4-6, 6-3. Not too surprised about that result, if I'm being honest with you, and the difficulty needed, I think, to get through that. And the reason why is because you can see here Casper Ruud even beating Marin Cilic 6-3, 3-6, 6-3. So really impressive stuff from the Norwegian. No surprise there. He's had a fantastic year so far, Casper Ruud, and he's continuing his good form. A little bit of an upset here with Benoit Paire beating McDonald 6-3, 6-4. And the only reason I say that is because McDonald had a fantastic Washington Open against, all the rest of the field, making the final and obviously losing to Sinner eventually. But he looked pretty good. So he'll be disappointed, I think, with that. And that was, an interesting one. Medvedev in the round of 32. So you can see there's a mixture of round of 32 and round of 64 matches here on this day. He just carried on his fantastic form against Sasha Bublik, winning 4-6, 6-3, 6-4. And Bublik will be thinking, how can I beat Medvedev? Because I just keep on losing every time. Managing to take the first set, he's probably thinking, oh, hold on, I'm in here. And unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. Francis TFO beating Nishioka 6-4, 6-3. So impressive stuff from the American. And John Isner also doing well, beating Davidovich Fokina 6-4, 6-1. So that's interesting. I would have actually backed, ADF in that matchup before. And I definitely was. So fair play to John Isner. And let's see, actually, how many aces did he send down? 19, flipping heck. Well, 75% percentage. 75% first serve. Crazy. So that will be why. Obviously, serving like a demon. And when his serve is hot, it's hard for anyone. Brooksby will be really disappointed with this. He'll be extremely disappointed to lose to Basilashvili the way that he has. Taking the first set 6-2 and then losing 6. Oh my gosh. So he lost 2-6, 6-love, 6-4 to get bageled in that second set. Yeah, that would have hurt, to be honest with you. Lajovic beating Rusevori 3-6, 6-3, 6-3. So impressive stuff from Lajovic. And then Nishikori carrying on his good form, winning 6-4, 6-7, 6-2. So he does like the hard courts, Nishikori, obviously making a final on the hard courts, a Grand Slam final on the hard courts. So he definitely knows his way around it. And then Cam Norrie. So this is a real disappointment because Cam Norrie and Dan Evans both falling in the first round. Khachanov is just too strong though. And Cam Norrie did manage to take a set off him, but unfortunately losing 6-4, 7-5, 6-4, 5-7, 6-4 to the Russian and the Olympic finalist and Olympic silver medalist. So really impressive stuff from Khachanov. Opelka, look, I mean, this is it's a little bit of a surprise, isn't it? Because Kyrgios, I love Kyrgios, man. I mean, I watched him live against Umber at Wimbledon, and I just think he is one of the most talented players on tour. It's just something about him. And let's see, how is he serving? 69%, which is decent. 16 aces. Opelka's got a good serve. 22 aces. Win percentage on first serve. I don't know. I mean, for Nick, it's an interesting one. I would love to see him make a run at one of these tournaments and just go on and win a Masters 1000 before the US Open. But it seems like he's not turned off, but maybe not quite in tune as he was when he was at Wimbledon. But let's see. At least he's playing, I guess, is probably the biggest plus. So that should mean that he's going to be fitter going into something like the US Open. Is he a threat? He's a threat to anyone on his day. Is he a threat for the title? No. But I think he needs to get more games under his belt. And he can't lose in first rounds like this. It's just not really good enough. Papitzel losing to Tommy Paul in 3 sets, 6-7, 6-2, 6-3. So then we kind of look at today, and this is what was really interesting. Opelka took that form from the Kyrgios match and just completely destroying Dimitrov 6-3, 6-4 in straight sets. And that's really impressive, to be honest with you. And then what a matchup. I mean, Stefanos Tsitsipas versus Ugo Humbert. It's a great matchup. It really is. It's one that you just look and you think, this is going to be a class, and it really was. Tsitsipas winning the first set 6-3. And in the second set, look at that tiebreaker, 15-30, and there were some absolute peaches in that tiebreaker. Some of the shots played, some of the plays from both players were incredible. I said play a lot then. And it was just incredible to watch. But Tsitsipas eventually taking that third set 6-1. So Ugo Humbert will take a little bit from that, thinking, look, I can hang it with these guys, the big guys, but maybe will be a little bit disappointed of how he succumbed in that third set. John Isner faces Garin. So now we're going through the matches upcoming. John Isner will face Christine Garin. Lloyd Harris against Feliciano Lopez, which will be a good matchup as well. Lajovic versus FAA. Let's see. I mean, FA, obviously, he hasn't had a very good start on the hard courts here. I mean, a very good, to be honest with you, breakthrough tournament at Wimbledon. And he hasn't really capitalized on it. Lost in the first round at the Olympics to Purcell. Didn't have a very good Washington Open. And now here Let's see, but you'd expect him to get through that. Sinner, the Washington Open champion, playing Duckworth, you'd expect him to get through unless he's got a little bit of a hangover from that Washington Open win. And then an all-Russian affair. Karatsev versus Khachanov. I'm going to back Khachanov. I think Khachanov is in great form. I love Karatsev, though, so either way, I'm not too fussed. Rublev versus Fognini. Rublev you'd back, but Fognini's a tricky customer, so who knows? And then I think Rublev, I want to see more of from him going into the US Open. I want to see him show some form where I really think he's going to be a contender. Because at the moment, I don't think I see him as a contender. Whereas people like Zverev, I see him as a contender. Medvedev, I see him as a contender. Tsitsipas is kind of just below those two at the moment because of his form. But if he was on song, he would be up there with them as well. But Rublev, I feel like, is below those guys currently. And Team, obviously, if he's fit and is going to be ready, he'll be in that pack as well. Can Rublev join that pack and be someone who actually people think, yeah, he can win a slam now? Not in the future, but now. ADM or Alex de Minaur playing Vasilishvili, that'll be a great match. And Schwartzman versus Paire. You back Schwartzman to just be too consistent for Paire, but we'll see. And Tommy Paul versus RBA. A nice little matchup there. Nishikori versus Hurkacz. I don't know. I actually backed Nishikori in that one. I think Nishikori has just been very consistent. So that'll be interesting. And then leading into tomorrow, we've got TFO versus Shapovalov. What a matchup there. That's at midnight here in the UK. I might actually try and cover that one. And Gael Monfils versus Millman. Great matchup as well. Monfils. Come on, Monfils. You can do it. I want Monfils to do well. Should we look at the women's singles then? Because I feel like there's quite a bit to cover as well. So Potapova coming in straights. Jabeur, come on, Jabeur. Come on, Jabeur. Love Ons Jabeur. Such an exciting player coming in straights as well. Winning in straights. Sakari getting a walkover, took the first at 6-4. Love watching her play as well, really exciting. Matrova, a bit of an upset here, obviously, losing in 3 sets, the seed. Sursti beating Alison Riss 6-3, 6-4. Interesting. Very interesting. Tomjanovic getting injured, obviously. She won the first at 6-2. Unfortunately, got injured. Golubic, who had a fantastic Olympics, unfortunately losing to Badosa in straight sets as well. And Ostapenko, I mean, she just hasn't capitalized at all on that French Open win. It's like she's just fallen off a cliff, and it's almost like it was a one-hit wonder. Siniakova winning in straight sets, and Linette losing to Podoroska. A bit of an upset there for me as well. I would have expected Linette to get through that. Kasakina winning in straights, Collins as well, Vekic and Sorobis Tormo. Rybakina losing to Samsonova in 3 sets, that's an upset. Kvitova beating Ferro in straights. Yeah, solid. Pavlyuchenkova, the French Open finalist, beating Caroline Garcia 6-4, 6-4. Elise Mertens, that's an upset. Losing to Georgie 6-3, 7-5, but she's a good player, Georgie. She is. I mean, I say she's a good player. Like, all these players aren't good players. Of course they are. And then this is, I never understand how you can bagel someone and lose the match venue. Muguruza, that's a huge upset, losing to Siniakova 6-2, 0-6, 6-3. And Sloane Stephens, the former US Open champion, winning 6-4, 1-6, 6-4. Coco Gauff, who will be really exciting to watch. Let's see what she can do. Winning 6-1, 6-4. And then Konta, a bit of fortune there. She lost the first set to Zhang and then was 5-2 up in the second and got a walkover. Pagula coming in through in 3 sets against Kontaveit even. 5-7, 6-3, 6-3. And Harriet Dart, what a win for her, right? What a win. 7-5, 7-6, huge win for Harriet Dart. And Madison Keys falling to Marino, the former Grand Slam finalist, losing 3-6, 3-6, or 6-3, 6-3 to Marino, even, if you want to say it right. Today, Harriet Dart unfortunately losing to Andreescu, but a good little run for Harriet Dart and actually taking a set off the former Grand Slam champion as well, which is impressive, but she ended up losing 6-1, 3-6, 6-3 to the number 2 seed. Azarenka beating Cersei, good win for her, winning 6-2, 6-2. Then we've got Badosa Marino, that'll be a good matchup. Sakari Kudermetova, got to go with Sakari and Badosa in both of those. Sabalenka Stevens, oh, that's a quality matchup. That really is. Wow. Oh, I can't wait for that. That'll be great. I might go for the upset. I think I'm going to go with Sloane Stevens. I think Sabalenka, if she's firing, she's just going to run through Stevens just because she's so powerful. But I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Stevens. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Oh, I love that. Samsonova versus Rivas Tormo. That's a good one as well. Pliskova versus Vekic. That's a good matchup as well. I'll go with Vekic. Okay. I really want the underdogs to get through, don't I? Obviously, we've got Anisimova against Dodin, and then Konta versus Svitolina. That's a great matchup, but Svitolina should get through Konta, unfortunately, from a British perspective, because Svitolina is in good form, winning that bronze medal. And I feel like that might be the kind of click into place that she needed for her career. So let's see. I've just got a feeling it might be. Goff beating Potapova. We'll play Potapova. Interesting to see how that goes. And Pegula versus Pavlyuchenkova. That's a great matchup. Pegula-Pavlyuchenkova is great. Tomorrow, Ons Jabeur versus Kasatkina. That's a fantastic matchup. And Halep makes her return to the court against Collins. So there's some really good matchups there. Really looking forward to them. Let's see how they go. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do, of course, as well, follow us on Instagram at QualityShot.f and at Twitter, QualityShot1. And, of course, we're on Twitch, as I said, so do check us out there. Go and follow us on there. Why not, eh? Why not? Of course, we are active on there. And, of course, make sure that you are getting involved on the quality community tab of the channel. QualityShot1 is the handle as well for Twitch, so check us out there. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support has been great. Let's keep it going. Let's get on the road to 2K subs and have a look out as well for watch-alongs for this event and going forward into Cincinnati and, of course, US Open. We're going to be covering that in great depth.